This isn't an easy video to make because I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. I started to warm up with some funny, silly shorts inspired by Emmasaurus, which currently have 600,000 subscribers. She's reaching for 1 million before the end of the year. I think we can beat it if you just spread the word. This channel will reach 2 million before the end of this year. Now I've been busy working with my children's book about the Dino Farmer, Dino Bonden. This was the first book. Second book came out last year. This is the new book, the third one that came out just the other week or so. So this is available for purchase. I just sent the fourth book to the printer yesterday. It was yesterday. And I am working on the fifth. And then I'm going to take a bit of a break, I think, from making those books and focused on making music videos for this theme actually here on YouTube, but those songs are in Swedish. I'm working with musicians. I've heard the first demo that he made and it's really cool and fun. So, but in today's video we are going to make a little update because shit, I've already spoiled it. Anyways, over here I'm going to work on this area by that train tunnel that's over there. I want to make a bit of a hillside or something because right now it's super flat. And as you can see right now there are some dinosaurs playing soccer or football as we say in the rest of the world. Over here I have some mini nukes inspired by Fallout. I have to remove those because the drunk kid is just next by them and that could be dangerous. So this is of course really flat and it's just a gray larger base plate here, and I really want to make something more three-dimensional here inspired by model railroad layouts. So that's going to be cool, so the train can pass through this area and that will look more nice and realistic. So what we're looking at is a triangle shape, a bit curved, and then I'm going to have a small red cottage, a bit similar to this little building over there, but over here. I removed all of the stuff, so now we have a blank canvas to work with. And I'm going to keep the brick bakery statue, but I'm going to make something fancy for it. And then we need to have a pathway of some sort going all the way over here, because this is where the future train station for Soltown will be built. I've decided on this black and white checkered pattern that I use all over in my town and that I've been using for all of my towns the last 20 years or so. I oftentimes forget that Lego makes these larger brick pieces and that they are good in green for making elevated areas. So that's what's going on over here, using the burp big ugly rock pieces there, and then I'm using these modified bricks over here with some tiling on, and of course the green back here. That will probably slope down over there. But this looks really square, which I guess is a bit fitting since we Swedes, when we immigrated to America, I think we were called squareheads because of the way that we talk. But I'm going to unsquare it by putting in some foliage covering that, so that will look a bit more organic. The road here is pretty much done. Need to put in some more foliage and gribbling there. I tightened that a little bit more. It looks a bit wonky because it's in an angle, so it doesn't match up. However, I tried to figure that out. And you can see that I put in a lot of foliage and different plants and stuff. And this is the base for the cottage that will be up on the big ugly rock pieces. And what I do is that I put different sorts of plates underneath here so that we get smaller variations in elevation, so it's not just one brick up for every step. Check that out. I am quite happy with that result. As you can see, that kind of slopes in back to the tunnel over there. A lot of gribbling with the foliage pieces, so that looks super busy and fun. Here's the cottage, and it's just an empty shell, just like my body. And I used these snot pieces to put on the wood paneling. So what I am doing here to get this shape is that I have tiles on plates, and then I have only the tiles. So that creates that depth effect. Looks rather smart, if I may say so myself. And then we put a plate on top just to hold everything together. Roof is quite straightforward. It's just those sloped pieces. I went with this dark red. I think it looks a bit fancy. Put that on. As always, I'm a fan of ventilation, so we have a ventilation unit down there. Let's pop this in its place, which is this way, right over here. Typical Swedish cottage. Looks like my house, basically. I wonder if they can fit a Lego room in there. Let's have a view from down here. Sort of like the level that you have your minifigures on. I mean, that looks so... I really enjoy this view right now. It was better than that gray flat surface that I had before. Don't you agree? Okay, so I am firing up my drone here so we get some nice aerial coverage over this area. And I think this really worked out well. It helps to give more depth to the layout as well, having small stuff in the foreground, having like a middle ground and then your background over there. So all in all, that creates the illusion of this being a larger space than it actually is, because it's only 3 base plates deep, to be honest. But I make it work, I think. Oh my god, it looks so nice. Also, you get that feeling of that there's a transition over to a more of a countryside or something going on there. Of course, we have the docks over there, so it's not really a countryside. Depending on which country you live in, of course. All in all, very happy. And as always, make sure to stay out of the nonsense, stay awesome, and please subscribe.